and welcome to the Torah Bytes, the young Israel Lawrence-Cedarhurst. Tonight is the second night of Chanukah. I'd like to consider with you, for the next few nights, a particular question, which perhaps is our Pesach, our way into understanding and appreciating what Chanukah really means to us today. The question is the magic number 8. Why 8? Why out of all numbers was Chanukah that which lasted 8 nights? Interestingly enough, 8 actually may be just the gap period that the candles needed to last until they got new oil. Well, how long does it take to get new oil? In those days, there wasn't a gourmet glatt or a shopping center where you could get virgin olive oil straight off the shelves. They needed to crush it in a particular way. They needed to be pure. How to become pure? Well, what was happening at that point in time was that the people were in fact ritually impure. They had come in contact with dead people, and the only way to get out of that is through the afar para, through the process of purification with the ashes of the red heifer, which is a process which takes exactly 7 days. So they needed to purify themselves over a 7-day period and crush the new oil that 8th day. Therefore, that gap of time needed for the miracle to take place was in fact an 8-day period. Others suggest, like Rabbeinu Nissim, that in fact what was going on was they needed to get the new oil, but the new oil, there was oil available, was 4 days away, which means they needed to travel there and they needed to travel back in order to be able to attain that oil for the Beis HaMikdash. And it was during that period that the miracle of the oil took place. The question I'd like to leave you with is that surely that's not a correct calculation. Because whether it took them 7 and 1 day to purify and reproduce, or 4 and 4 days to attain and return with the oil, in the end of the day, the miracle only took place for 7 days, because the first day was purely natural. I'd like to pick up with that point the next time we learn, Metz Hashem, on the 4th night of Chanukah. In the meantime, have a meaningful and wonderful time.